Record. Hello, my darlings. It's Aisling Mooney, and here we are for our first call, welcome and orientation for Spiritual Millions book collaboration. I am fucking beyond thrilled to be here. Absolutely, I probably had a bit too much coffee this morning. Not a good idea on a day like this when my energy is already wired. But I had a lovely cappuccino, and uh, and I put some really dance music on there. I shared it in the group, a little bit of Dua Lipa, which is one of my favorites at the moment. And so I'm wired and I'm ready to go. And I think it's gonna be a beautiful energy today that we create to set off on our journey together for the next 6 months. But really, it'll be quite intensive for the next 8 weeks. And by the end of that 8 weeks, we will all have a beautiful chapter written for this book. But I'm hoping it's even way beyond that. I'm hoping that it's a stepping stone to your journey as a published author and eventually your own book, your own beautiful book in your hands. And if you've already written a book or 2 books or 3 books, that this just encourages you to get out there and publish another beautiful creation and send it out into the world. But that's what I'm hoping, is that this is a stepping stone for you to really own the fact that you're an author. So I'll be calling you authors from now on, even though some of you, even me, it brings up a little bit of fraud syndrome when I say that. You fucking acting. And I have published 2 things, even though I have 12 little baby books inside me ready to come out in the world. I still have that fraud syndrome. So what I want you to do, I'm going to pick a card and just set the energy and call in the angels to be with us today. But what I'd love you to do is just post in the chat there. Just give me one word about how you're feeling. And if that's for everybody live, but for everybody watching the replay, just play along and just pop it in wherever you're watching this video, in the comment section underneath. And somebody remind me before the end of the call to take a lovely picture of us all. Will you? I'll do it when we're all a bit settled, including me and my energy. So I'm going to pick a card. So excited. That's brilliant. Okay, so we have, Jesus, I had a group call in the Transformed Angels group yesterday, and I swear to God, Metatron came up 3 times. There's only 3 cards in my deck of archangels, and I mean, I probably pulled about maybe 8 cards in the hour that I was with the group, and 3 of them that came up were Metatron, and it's back today, the energy of Metatron, which is be your own guru. And it ties in really beautifully with one of the most important things that I want to say to you about this program. You are so supported. I have over-delivered, which is traditional for me, on so many levels. You have group coaching, you'll have one-to-one coaching, you will have the community support. We're going to look at anybody who needs it, setting up an author success hub, 3 or 4 people that you can connect with. And anything else that we need over the next 8 weeks will be provided by me or my team. So do let us know if there's anything coming up. But I also want to say, treat it like a buffet, take what you want, eat what you want. So some of you will use every ounce of the support available, and some of you will not use any of it. So it's okay. A couple of people have messaged me saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't open the booking thing on Thinkific. Or somebody else said, I'm so sorry, I can't make the call. I'm up to my eyes this week. It'll be next week. And I had to message them back and say, don't fucking apologize to me for showing up or not showing up. It's absolutely fine. If it serves you, be here in the room. But if you're self-directed, and you can do things on your own, it's only a chapter at the end of the day. If that's all you want to produce at the end of this, you could probably knock that out in a few days. And that's really a stretch of time. You could probably do a draft one day, another edit the next day, and you leave it for a couple of days and go back to it. You'd probably finish it in 3 days, like literally, maybe a week. So it's not that difficult on its own, and you will be supported every single step of the way. If anyone is going, what the fuck? You'll be supported. We've 8 weeks to get this done. But some of you will be able to knock that out on your own. Like my husband is a completely self-directed learner. He's like, I'm at A and I want to get to Z and I know the steps in between, and he'll show up and he'll do those steps. And he's happy to do it on his own and he doesn't need anybody. I thrive in groups and in partnerships and with doing something with somebody and showing up and being accountable to someone. I have a very strong sense of duty and I hate letting people down. So if I say I'm going to be somewhere to you, I'll do my best to be there. So accountability works for me. So I would be someone that would probably use half of the buffet, you know, because I've now trained myself to be a little bit more self-directed, but I also know I need that accountability. So I would pick and choose. So that's just a sort of, for anyone that's feeling a bit overwhelmed, I haven't gone into the thinkific thing and in the group and going, holy shit, what did I sign up for here? It's a buffet. Eat what you want, okay? And this comes back to Metatron saying, be your own guru. We're all adults in this group. So, you know, even the best teachers with the best intentions and the best content, one size does not fit all. So if something might work for half of you and it might not work for the other half. So take what you need, you know, honor yourself and the way you learn and the way you write and the way you what support you need. You know, I was on the angel call yesterday and a woman came on and talked about procrastination. So I basically talked her through what we're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks, because it's just overcoming the blocks, the fear, and just getting ourselves started, getting writing. So but it's like pick and choose whatever you want, be your own guru, trust yourself, come in, ask questions, PM me if you really need help, and book your call as well if you want some help. My calendar is blocked out for this week and next week, so there isn't any calls possible, but after that you can book your one-to-one call if you haven't already done it. Okay, my darlings. Okay, so just let me just check the chat before we jump in. I have to put my glasses on for that. So let me see how everybody's feeling. Excited, nervous excitement, excited, curious, joyful, inspired, excited, listening mode, anxious but don't know why, nervous excitement. Okay, love it. So, and just a sort of an aside, we are going on a healing journey here. You know, we are all light workers in this group, spiritual business owners, we're all people that believe in angels and spirit and guides and communicate with those angelic and divine realms, all of us here. Some of you know me for years, some of you are just stepping into my world and our angel community. But it is going to be a healing journey, because you can't really step into a room full of healers and not have some buttons pushed and some healing happen. So just, you know, be open to that, but also make sure that you have your spiritual supports there in place. So when shit comes up, reach out if you need some support in the group, to me or to your fellow authors, but also make sure that you have your healer, you know, your counselor, your whatever you need to support you through this process. And just, if anyone that's making anybody scared, I'm more nervous. It's like, you'll only receive what you need. Your guardian angels are here with you, and they're the gatekeepers of your soul and your life's journey and your sacred contract. So you'll only receive what you're able for and what you need. But this is going to be outside your comfort zone. So it is going to be a little bit uncomfortable, and it's going to bring up some of your stuff. Okay. So I have a little bit to talk through, and then we're going to open up to questions, and we might, if depending on time, we might do a little short meditation. So how does that sound? So there will be time for questions at the end, but anytime throughout this you have a question, just pop it in the chat. Anytime you want to interact, anything you want to give me a, oh my god, that sounds brilliant, say it in the chat, interact with each other as well. Anybody that does come on and maybe share something, totally support. We can support each other. I'm not just because I'm hosting this doesn't mean I'm the expert. We all have something to share from our life experience. So you want to help somebody, come in, you have a remedy, you have an exercise, you have something that would help, put that in the chat or put it in the Facebook group. How long is today's Zoom call? So my aim is 60 minutes with some Q&A at the end, so 90 minutes. But you're totally welcome to come and go as you please if you have other stuff on. I always aim for 60 minutes, but to be honest, nearly every single one of my Zoom calls goes over at least 15 minutes. So that's sort of the average that we're looking at. But you're welcome to come for 60 minutes. And if you have questions, post them afterwards. Or if you can't make a call, email us a question or pop it in the Facebook group. Make sure if you do it in the Facebook group that you tag me so that I see it. And I'll do my best to answer the question on the call or later in the Facebook group. So let me think about all the things I want to say. So it's a buffet. This is a journey. It's a healing journey. There's so much available. Oh yeah. So the first 3 weeks, there's going to be a bit of content. So it's a bit top heavy the first 3 weeks with some tips on how to write quickly, overcoming procrastination, moving through the fears, making space. We're going to talk about that now in a moment. So the first few weeks is going to be like tips and things about how to actually come up with your ideas, because I know some of you are stepping into this group with ideas. I'm going to write my chapter on this. And the next week, we're going to open up sort of, okay, let's generate some ideas of possible milestones and things in your life that you might like to talk about. And I'm going to ask you to pick 3 of them and go a little bit deeper into them and write maybe a very short piece on each of them and submit that to us by email. Or if you're really feeling brave, you can share that in the Facebook group. We'd love to see it there as well. But wherever you're at is fine. So that will be next week. We have lovely, beautiful deadlines in the group, in the modules. I'm going to show you that now in a moment. That is to support you. You can feel free to ignore them if you want, but deadlines work for me personally. So they might not work for you, but if I have a deadline, even if it's the last minute, at the last second, I'll get it in. So they're just there to support you to get stuff done. You do ultimately have 8 weeks to get your piece in. Like I'd love to see everybody's in 4 weeks, and then we spend the last 4 weeks editing and polishing and perfecting and getting it beautiful. But ultimately, and I'm saying this very, very loosely, I don't want 22 people posting in 8 weeks, and I have to read them all. So we have deadlines set in there. So as much as possible, every week you'll have something to submit, something small and something manageable. And as I said, some of you can just get this out of your system in a week. So if that's you, fine. But if you're more like me and you want a little bit of progress and you want to do a little bit every week, that's fine as well. So that's there to support you. So in the first few weeks, there's going to be the content, everything that I think you might need. And then after that, it's really about writing. So there'll just be the deadlines. There'll be your email reminders. There'll be the weekly coaching calls. I think there's 3 every month. And I have a couple of bonus hours in there that I haven't put the times in yet. I'm looking at maybe different time zones. I have to figure that out in the week, how many of us are in different time zones and what would suit. And I'm also this morning considering maybe they won't be a call. Maybe there'll be a working session where we actually write the chapter in those 2 hours. That could be, if that would support some of you. So I'm still playing. It's brand new, this thing. I've never done this before. So I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to, anything that you want to share that you think might improve it or make it a better for next year, because I would love to see this as an annual thing at least. So that's it. So the reason all of it's going to be top heavy, there's a lot of content that's going to be in there in the first few weeks, is because I know that's when you're excited. And I know that's when you're going to open the modules. And I know that's when you're in the mood for reading. You know, when we have a lot of energy when we start something new and we're like, okay, let me just zoom through this content. I have 2 hours. So that's what I want you to do, is just get all that while you're in that energy. And then afterwards, I just want you to write. I just want you, in the words of Leonie Dawson, just write the fucking book or write the fucking chapter. I just want you to write. So I want you to give you all the information you might possibly need that might possibly block you or stop you on that journey. But then it's just about writing and getting it polished and beautiful. And so let me think. Oh, and the other thing is, write as much as you wish. So I originally had this as 44 authors. Now we're capping it at 22. So I had 1,500 to 3,000 words per person. But because there's less of us now, that opens up a little bit of space, that if you want to take up more space in the book, you can. You don't have to, so don't run for the hills. More words! Don't run for the hills, stay here. But if you want to write more, some of you, I've seen some of your writing already and you're just like, ooh, I just want to keep writing. So that's okay. If you want to write more, 3,000 words with an intro and an outro at the beginning and the end of the book is about 80,000 words. So it's a nice book. About 10,000 words is probably a good novel. So there's a little bit of room there for anyone that wants to write extra. So feel free to just add that in if you're on a roll and you really want to go deep, you know, there's space there. So I'm imagining it's between 3 and 5 pages. And then there's 1 page with your bio, your author bio, who you are, who you help, maybe a little bit about your business, if you have a spiritual business, and your links, your website links, your social media links and stuff like that. And maybe a small picture, depending on printing costs. We'll have a look at that. But yeah, so it will literally be 3 to 5 pages. It could be more. But I'm just saying you're open to, if you want to write more, once it's not a full novel, we can have a look at that. We have room for that. Make sure that you have access to Thinkific. If you have any problems with that, do let us know. I'm going to give you a little bit of a back tour for 5 minutes now in a minute. And the other piece is, when I first created this course, this program, this idea, I also said maybe you can submit a process or something that's worked for you. But I've changed that thinking, and I really want to, it can be a process, it can be something that works for you, something that helps you in your healing journey or your financial journey or your relationship journey, whatever. But I want it to be more of a story. So the idea is that whoever picks up this book in a year's time, you know, no matter where they are in their lives, because, you know, life isn't like a flat line, otherwise we'd be dead. It's like, it's a roller coaster. It's up and down. It's that beep, beep, beep. It's to let us know that we're we're alive. If you're not saying fucking shit, at least sometimes in your life, then you're flatlining. So, you know, this is the comfort zone. We're outside of the comfort zone. That's where life is happening. So, what I want is for anyone that picks up this book in 6 to 9 months, they open it and they're like, oh my God, there's a shitstorm happening here or whatever. They randomly open it and they get some inspiration. They read a story. It could be from rags to riches. It could be from a healing journey. It could be a transformational journey. It could be, like in my case, I'm thinking of, it could be moving from one location to the other, jumping from Ireland to Italy, deciding I'm moving in 4 months. That could be a transformational story. Also, I've traveled, I've lived in 5 different countries. Any one of those could be a transformational story. That a lot of the stories I have are about connecting with the angels and receiving messages and guidance, and that a lot of the time just completely changed my life and the trajectory of my life. I've had a lot of health, not a lot, but some health issues that by addressing them has completely changed and transformed my life for the better. So it can be a story, a transformational story. And the idea of Spiritual Millions, I'm not attached to that name or that title, by the way, just to say that to you. Spiritual Millions, the book collaboration, 44 Lightworkers coming together to inspire and heal around ideas around what's an abundant life, what's a rich life. And that can, it's very broad, and that title can change as we move forward, as we see the stories that are going to come through. Some of you will talk about literal finances and how you completely got out of debt. Somebody else will talk about how you completely healed yourself from a major illness. Some of you will talk about how you met the love of your life. Some of you will talk about how you moved from one part of the world to the other. Some of you will talk about how you bought your first home. I don't know what the stories are going to be. So is that making sense? Just give me a thumbs up if I'm on track. If any questions are coming up, pop them in the chat. Okay. So transformational stories, that's what we're going to have at the end of this, that when you read it, it's going to be like, oh my God, this is just absolutely, you know, story after story of hope and just love. I want it to be a book of love and light in the world that people are drawn to when they need it, and that they can randomly open it and start reading and feel better afterwards, you know. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly say that this is the Welcome and Orientation Week. So all you have to do this week is make space in your diary, make space in your calendar to write. I'm recommending 3 hours. I'm recommending that you find 3 hours. For some of you, you might need less. Some of you, you might need more. There's no rule around this. There's no prize if everybody gets those 3 hours. But that's just, it feels like a good amount of time that would help you to really get through the program and really give it your best and get the most from it. So that could be attending a call if you want. You know, that's an hour, 15 minutes, an hour and a half. It could be, okay, this is my writing time, so I'm dividing it up into 30 minutes, 6 days a week. Or I'm doing an hour, 3 days a week. And let's consider as well the season of life that you're in. You know, when I had young kids, I used to get up very early in the morning if I had to do something. It would drag myself out of the bed. Or I would do a lot in the car on the go. You know, if I was sitting outside of a football match, you know, sitting in the rain, Noah was out playing football, and would literally be, I had Emily in the back of the car. She was only 4 or 5, feeding her dinner, sometimes a sandwich, and I would be working in the car. You know, lots of my live streams have my kids in the back because I just fucking didn't have. They were just there all the time. So, you know, you have to do what you have to do. So find those hours in whatever season of life you're in. If you have young kids or you have elderly parents or you've just moved fucking house and you're still unpacking, or, you know, you have a business and you have a full-time job, whatever it is, you know, as I said, there's no prizes. So just figure out yourself what you can manage, and that's okay. So I'm committing to finding 3 hours a week. And for me, that will probably be maybe early in the morning, or it could be late at night. You might have to stop watching that Netflix series, you know, forget about Bridgerton, or what's the other ones I like? Bling Empire was what I was binge watching on that for a while. So, yeah, so you might have to stop watching that Netflix series. You might have to put down the phone for a half an hour and stop scrolling. I was like, I wrote that in one of the modules, that I picked up my phone to check my email a couple of weeks ago, and it was an hour later, I was fucking watching Barbie shorts, you know, Ryan Gosling. And I was like, I looked up and I was like, an hour had gone. And I was like, how did I go from email to Facebook to YouTube watching Barbie shorts? Like, I don't even know how I got from that, you know. So there's going to be distractions there. So we're going to have to stand up for ourselves and for our author time and keep that time precious as much as possible. And don't beat yourself up over this. You know, set yourself your 3 hours, find them in your calendar. But if shit happens, shit happens. Make up for it later if you can. You know, when I wrote my book, Angels Are With You, I had a little accountability group. There was 5 of us on a Facebook Messenger. Every morning we would say, so we said, we're going to be together for 30 days and every day we're going to write something. So that was the goal. So it was like everybody committed to what they wanted to do. So for me, it was, I'm going to write for 2 hours every morning for the month of August. Did I write every morning? No, I didn't. Probably out of 30, I maybe was there 20 days. But 1 is better than 0. So, you know, any progress is progress. So after 20 days, I had a book. I had the first terrible, horrible, crappiest draft, mediocre shit in the world. But it was a book. It was a start. It was a starting point. And that's the other wonderful piece about this. Done is better than perfect. You just have to start. Everybody, including Stephen King and J.K. Rowling's first drafts are absolutely awful, terrible, dribble, crap. Maybe they're not. Maybe they've perfected it now at this stage. But really, your first draft is not going to be the final draft. I'm writing a book at the moment about how to write and publish your book. And it's probably going to be a 6-month process by the time I'm finished. I'm in the final edits, but definitely this version is nothing like the version I started with. In the beginning, it was just a fucking ebook of 50 pages, and now it's come into, I better add this in, I better add that in. And it's the voice of it has changed, the trajectory of it has changed. So definitely your first draft will not be the final draft, and you'll have plenty of time to edit. And everything that I'm sharing with you for this chapter can be used across all areas of your life and business and for that beautiful book project. You know, so if you finished your chapter, you can still use the group for your book. You can still use the group for your next piece, for your short story, for whatever. You know, just let's celebrate writing. Let's celebrate that you're here. And, you know, nobody, I actually said this, I don't know if I posted that welcome video yet, but I actually said this, none of you woke up and said, oh my God, I want to be in a book collab today. You know, your dream was, I want to write a fucking book. I want to write my book. So this is a stepping stone. This is a small chapter to give you the courage and confidence and get so that you can hold that book in your hands and say, my fucking story is in this and I'm proud of it. And it's an amazing collaboration altogether. So but it's a stepping stone to you creating your ultimate, your book. So to this week, I would love to see in the Facebook group where you're going to find those 3 hours. If you want to, not everybody wants. If you want to, post in the Facebook group. As I said, accountability works for me. So it could be, okay, I'm going to find those 3 hours Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, first thing in the morning or last thing at night, or I'm going to do it during my lunch break. So whatever works for you. But I would love to see in the Facebook group your commitment, how you're going to find those hours this week. So I'm just going to check the chat and make sure there's no comments, any questions. My internet keeps stopping. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Is it okay now? Is my internet okay, everybody? Yeah, can you all hear me okay? Yeah, okay. So hopefully that stays okay. Have you allocated time in the 8 weeks to address how and where to approach editors and publishing houses? So the book is going to be self-published on Amazon. We're going to publish it ourselves. This is not going to be with a publishing house. We're the publishers. So maybe I forgot to say that, but it's self-published on Amazon. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. So we're going to be the publishers and we're going to be the launch and the marketers. So between 22 of us, we will be sharing it with our communities. There's a process where you can, thank you, Flo, I said it. There's a process where you can, there's no guarantees, but with us all working together, there's a very good chance that we can become a bestseller on Amazon. We will definitely, I can't say definitely, but from what I have seen, even using my own book, there's a very good chance that we'll become a bestseller, and we'll get into the top 100 and even the top 10, depending on what categories and keywords we use with the book. But we're going to take care of all of that in the background. All you need to really do is write your chapter and polish it and edit it and get it beautiful, and then we'll fit it into the book. We'll probably ask for your help with deciding on a name. You know, as I said, I'm open to that name. We might go with that one, but we might change it. We'll see. And the group will be open up until the 17th of December. So it'll be finished, everything finished then. All the stories will be ready, and it will reopen in March. So in those few months in between, we'll be working on pulling it together as a book, as an ebook and a paperback, and having it professionally edited as well. I'll do some editing, but we'll also hand it over, getting it formatted properly. We'll create the cover, get the cover designed. I'm quite good at that, but I will get some professional help as well with that. And anything else that we need, we'll do during that time. And then March, we open the group again for 2 months, and that's our promo season. In the end of April, the beautiful Karen Marshall gave me the date, the 24th of April. So we're going to go with that. It feels good. I think it's around the full moon. I think the full moon is around there. So we're going to go with that date as our sort of publish date. But we're going to have a party around that, and you can invite your family and friends, and we'll have a little Zoom party and a proper launch, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So there's going to be 2 months where we'll give you all of the promo material, the swipe files, the emails that you want to send to your email, to your list, or the Facebook post if you want to post that on Facebook. Give you everything so you can just copy and paste. We'll do graphics for you. We'll do everything, and we'll be there in the Facebook group for those 2 months to support any of you that want. 24th of April is the day before my birthday. Woo-hoo! What a birthday present. Brilliant. Love it. Okay, my darlings, how's everybody? Any questions for all of that I have I've shared? Any questions coming up? No questions? Brilliant. I'm going to share my screen very quickly. We're going to jump into the Thinkific really quick, and then we're going to come back and okay. So can everybody see my screen? Let me just see. Sorry, give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. So let's just, so when you go into Thinkific, you've already gone in. Hopefully everybody has logged in. You have welcome, you have your Facebook group link, you have make space to write. That's the most important thing to have a look at this week. And you have all your coaching calls. And then on Monday, you'll have another 3 little pieces of content for you to think about, and that will help you to start getting your ideas. So in the make space, there's a bonus little meditation in there. If you want to do it, there's no, everything in here, as I said, is a buffet. It's just if you feel like doing a meditation. Joe Fiel is the clear out angel. So I always say make space before you start something new. Declutter, clear out in your house physically, emotionally, mentally, and just make space for something new. So if you feel like doing that meditation, it is beautiful. Beware, you might end up throwing out loads of stuff and decluttering and getting on a roll with it. But it's a lovely module to have a look at. It's from the Transformative Angels course, but it's completely, so for some of you that have had this course years ago, it's this year I completely redid all the audios. So it's a brand new audio in here with beautiful backing music, and it was done professionally. So it's really nice. So you can jump in there and have a listen to that. But this is what I want you to have a look at, finding the time to write. I want you to read through this, and it should motivate you to clear your schedule and find those 3 hours. Okay. So this is the most important thing that I want you to have a look at this week, finding the time to write. And then if we go up to the welcome, you have a little note from me. Here's the beautiful deadlines. Let's have a look. So we have all of the deadlines here for you to have a look at. Okay. So you can put those in your diary and you go, okay, for example, deadline 1, there's no deadline here. We're just like, come in, make space in your chapter. Oh, I forgot to talk about the author hubs. I'm going to talk about that now. So decide on 3 ideas. So that will be next week. No. Okay, that should be next week. So I need to go back in and edit this. But next week we'll be talking about your idea and finding 3 ideas and writing a brief description. That will be your submission date for that. And then the next one is choose 1 big idea and write about 1,000 words. And then it's expand on that chapter, writing between 1,500 and 4,000. And then create your bio. And so literally by the end of October, first week in November, ideally everybody should have this done. So it's 4 weeks. It will literally take you a few days if you did it all in one go. And then the rest of it is editing. And the absolute final deadline is the week of the 26th of November for you to have your chapter in. So that is it. Those deadlines are to support you, not to scare you. So if they scare you, just don't look at this module. Just a reminder of what's included: coaching calls, private Facebook group, success hubs, coach, one-to-one call, and any team support. If you need us at any stage, just email team@ashleymooney@gmail.com for access to your Thinkific account, whatever. Jessica, my assistant, is there, and she has infinite patience and is a beautiful person, and she will do our best, go above and beyond to look after every single one of you. So if you need help and support, just contact Jessica. And if you need me, tag me in the Facebook group. Author Success Hub, I'll talk a little bit about that now. Swampville is something that I include in nearly all of my courses, and it's just this idea of being able to recognize and be a champion, recognize champions in your life. Make sure that you're only sharing your fucking writing with your champions, not with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. That is going to be your worst nightmare and critical, your ego on steroids. You really want to keep your writing safe and make sure that you share it with your champions, which is me, which is your Facebook group, which is your author hub, which is on our calls. And it's just an example here of what, going a little bit deeper into what is your champion and how to avoid the swamp. So there's a little bit in here. And that is basically it. So there's not a lot for you to consume this week. Just go in, have a run through. If you feel like doing a meditation, go and do that. But that is it. Let me stop sharing for a moment. Stop share. There we go. Okay. How is that? Is that okay for everybody? Brilliant. Okay. Will we need to be involved in the edits between December and March? No. Everything should be done. What date did they say? Probably the last week in November is the deadline. Is the deadline for absolute maximum deadline for you to have your beautiful polished chapter in. So if it's not in by then, you'll be in the next compilation. So next year. So everybody here is going to be in this year. It's going to be in this one. So we will help and support you. If there's anything that comes up and you think there's any reason you're not going to make it, private message me right away. Don't stop to think about it or worry about it. Just private message me and we can jump on a call and we'll get you back on track, or we'll figure out the next step. So don't worry. But the absolute, so all the edits, everything will be done by the end of November. That is the aim. And if it's not, then you will be in the next one. So we have our absolute deadline. We have 8 weeks to do 1 chapter each. So it's totally doable, and we're aiming for 4 weeks. So it's totally doable. Does anybody believe me? Please give me a thumbs up if you believe me that you could actually do this. Yes, okay, thank God. Jesus, there was no thumbs going up there. I was like, oh, fucking hell. Okay, brilliant. Okay. Do you know what? I'm gonna just put us on gallery and I'll take a photo of us all while I if everybody just turns on your cameras for a sec, because I know I'll forget then. If you want to, you don't have to. If you want to, it would be great. And I'm gonna just I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, cheese, smile. Okay, brilliant. Hopefully I got that. Okay, I'm gonna just take off gallery for a moment. Okay, brilliant. So actually, can you see gallery now? Can you see gallery? You probably pick your own settings, do you, on this? Can everybody see gallery? No, I can see gallery. I can see everybody. So yeah, brilliant. Okay. So whatever, I don't know what way this is going to come out at the thing. So my client has just had her, was just with me, has our birthday on the 24th. Brilliant. Love it. Coincidence. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So Stephanie, did that answer your question about the, turn your cameras off if you want, there's no problem. Did that answer your question about the edits? Yeah. That answered that question. Yeah, brilliant. You wrote something about interviews. How would that work? Excellent idea. Thank you. And I had completely forgot. So, so yeah, I'll be interviewing anybody that wants to. You don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. But it will be, looking at the calendar now, it will probably be in January. It could be December and January where I'll be interviewing you. There'll be 30-minute interviews, so very short. And that can be an opportunity to showcase your business, to talk about your chapter. Hopefully that will connect in some way with your business as a spiritual entrepreneur. If you want, you know, that your story will connect in some way. Just let me just have a look at this. So yeah, so those interviews will be 30 minutes and they will be pre-recorded and they'll be posted on my YouTube channel, and you can have them as well to share on your channel if you have one, or Facebook or wherever you want to share them. But there will be a way for us to use to advertise the book. I'm not sure when they'll be released, because I think it would be really clever to and useful to use them during our promotional period. So, but we have to just time that, because 22 interviews at once. So it might be over 8 weeks or something that I release these interviews, and nobody has to. So if you don't want to do an interview, you don't have to. So there's no problem. But anyone that does want to do it, my bandwidth is low. Oh, can everybody hear me okay? Am I dropping? It's dropping sometimes, is it? Oh no, that's disappointing. Oh, okay. Ooh, so hopefully I'm on my phone, so I can't see gallery, but I can feel the energy. Hopefully, I'll try and figure out, maybe I need to clean, I cleaned up all my computer last week, so maybe I need to do a bit more. And maybe I can use the phone data next week for our call. So hopefully we'll test that and see, does that work better. So hopefully everybody got what they needed from this, or you heard what you needed to hear. So let me see, we're at 10 minutes. Does anybody need to go on the hour? Otherwise, I'm going to do a 5-minute little connection before I take Q&A, just to settle us down a little minute. Flo, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I have a question. When it comes to the Author Hub, do we organize it ourselves in a Facebook group, or how do we, like, I would be interested in being part of a hub. Okay. So brilliant. How do we do it through the Facebook group by ourselves? We just post it and see who is interested. How does it work?
Brilliant, thank you. I forgot about that as well. I have it written down, I have it circled. So I've done angel buddies before in different groups, and it's worked really well. And there's just been a pair of people. So this is new. I'm trying out this between 3 and 4 people, sort of like a mini mastermind group. So there's guidelines in your Thinkific account about my suggestion of what this could look like, but it's a little hub of 3 to 4 people that will support you through the next 8 weeks. If you choose to be part of it, you don't have to. As I said, some people will love this and some people will hate it. So, and there's no judgment if you turn up for 3 of them and you can't make the rest. It's whatever. So what we're going to do is post in the Facebook group and say, who's interested in being part in an author hub? And then from that list, we'll invite you to gather to create groups of 3 or 4 people. So we'll angel wing it. I'm not sure how it's going to work. Normally, people will post, I'm interested, and I'll just match people up with the person before them. And then if there's one extra, I'll just put them into the group before. So it's, you know, it's quite organic and intuitive. So, and usually I just say to the angels, whoever needs to be in with whoever, let that happen organically. But I think it might be nice to have a sort of a bigger group. So it means that if one person can't make it, there's still 2, 3 people there. So, you know, even at the least, you'll have one other person to bounce ideas off or just to keep you on track. And it'll just be a place where you can share without going into counseling or coaching or healing. It's really just, how are you doing? What have you done this week? Where do you need support? You know, just help you to stay on track and get on track. And, you know, if anything is overwhelming you or whatever, and you can't get support anywhere else, this could be a really great place, but it won't suit everybody. So did that answer your question, Flo? Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Any other questions? Great. Looking forward to watch and do the interview. Sound was mostly good, by the way. Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Stephanie. Elizabeth, thanks for that. Okay. So for anyone that needs to go, if anyone has a question, pop it in the chat now. For anyone that needs to go, you're welcome to go now or go on the hour. What I'm going to do is a little 10-minute connection. I don't know what that's going to look like. We're going to call in our angels and just do a little connection together. And then I'm here. I'm here. If you have any further questions, if you want to pop on, if you want to say hello, if you have anything on your heart that you want to share, we can do that as well. So I'm here. Let's say I'm here for a full 90 minutes. So I'm here for another 40 minutes if you need me. Okay. But anyone that does feel they want to go, you can totally go now. So let us just take a breath. For anyone that's here with me, just take a breath for a minute. Get your feet fully on the ground. Yeah, and you're free to come back and watch this later if you do need to go. So just take a breath, put your feet on the ground. Absolutely beautiful. And let's take another breath. So a nice deep breath in. And just on that out breath, allow your shoulders to drop down, relax, release, releasing any tension, any anxiety, anything that's in your chest, just loosening your chest and just allowing that to just relax and bring yourself fully into this space, into this moment. What a wonderful, wonderful energy filled with excitement, and there's so much yellow gold in the room. Absolutely love it. So just taking a breath, bringing your attention down to your feet for a moment and allowing yourself to get fully, fully grounded. See thick, strong roots going from the soles of your feet, deep, deep, deep down into the earth, wrapping around the heart center of the earth, helping you to feel completely relaxed. Oh, absolutely wonderful. Grounded in the earth in this moment, bringing you from your head right down to your feet and those thick, strong roots deep, deep, deep down into the earth. And just take a moment to notice what it feels like to be connected to the earth. It gives you more confidence, more courage, a sense of safety, a sense of belonging. Just that literal intention to be grounded and connected with the earth can just give us so much. So relaxing and feeling good and breathing. And now allow a beautiful healing energy to move throughout your body. So right up through your feet, your legs, moving up, all up along your spine, in all of your organs, up the back of your neck, the back of your head, the top of your head, all across your face, relaxing, releasing. Oh, just fully bring yourself here and now. Absolutely love it. And just move into your third eye for a moment. That space on your forehead between your two eyes. And use your imagination and see a beautiful purple light that's swirling and twirling and moving away from you and towards you. It's vibrating, this beautiful, gorgeous purple light. And as you look into that light, you become even more relaxed. Your breathing deepens. You become more fully present. And it just feels good to be here today. And now stepping into that purple light and find yourself in a magnificent library. A beautiful library, the library of your dreams. Just walk around and just smell the books and feel the quiet, that heavy, beautiful silence that's in a library, especially if it's an old library, an ancient library. Just feel the energy of this space and all of the words and all of the wisdom and the knowledge and the experiences and the stories in this beautiful library. And just as you walk around it, you notice a table at the end of the room and there's an angel sitting there waiting for you. So just walk towards the table, feeling the excitement and the joy in your heart. You know that this is a special place that's been created in the ethers just for you to come to when you need it during this journey, this author journey that we're on. So just make your way to the angel, and this is your guardian angel. So if this is your first time meeting your guardian angel, just gently ask them their name. What's your name? And allow the first name that comes to mind. So don't judge it, don't think about it, just allow that first name to come to mind. You might already know your guardian angel and have a wonderful relationship with them. And maybe this could be another angel. This could be an archangel, or it could be a divine being that's there to support and help you. So just sit with your guardian angel or this being of light. And they're so excited to see you. They're just absolutely thrilled. They're like, oh my God, we're about to go on an amazing adventure together. And they have a book in front of them. And on the front of that book is your name. Is your name. And inside, when you open the book and you see in the index, you see all of the books and all of the short stories and all of the poetry and everything that you've ever written is all in there. And there's lots of blank spaces for future pieces that you're going to write, and including this beautiful book collaboration. And just, you're allowed to rifle through the pages and spin through that book back and forth. And just randomly open it now on a page. And in it will be words to inspire you, a message from your angels, something that will support you right now in your life, wherever you are, whatever is happening. There could be words, there could be images, there could be pictures. It could be a moving scene as well, if you want. So just notice what you're looking at in that beautiful book of you. And if you have any questions around that, ask your angel. And ask your angel now, what's the one simple message or word that I need to know right now that will support me to get my chapter done, to help me on my author success journey, or help me in my life? What is the one piece of advice and guidance that will help me? The one word or phrase? And when you come back to listen to this meditation again, you can pause, you can dip into this book as much as you want, you can stop at different chapters or different pieces. But just for now, thank your guardian angel, close the book, and know that you're leaving this book in safekeeping. Look at your angel nodding their head, saying, we're going to be a published author. We're going to achieve that dream. We're going to have your next piece out into the world in the next 6 to 9 months. And they're committing to giving you nudges and inspiration and intuition, whatever you need to help you on this journey, whatever support. They're committing to sending you the earth angels and the physical support and the phone calls and whatever you need to help you through this experience, to hold your book in your hands. And just take a moment to look up around the library, and you see all of your fellow authors at their own tables with their own guardian angels and many beings of light. You notice that this library is filled with beings of light. And all of our fellow authors sitting there reading their own books, their own pieces, their own stories, smiling, laughing, sharing. And you know that you can come here to this space whenever you wish for a bit of inspiration. You can wave to each other, you can go up and talk to each other, you can do whatever you want in the space and receive whatever guidance you need. So just taking a breath now, thanking your guardian angel for showing you this gorgeous space, this sacred library that's built for you and your fellow authors, knowing that you can come back here as often as you wish. You can sit in the silence alone. You can call in your angels, you can call in your fellow authors, and you can just be in here to receive whatever you need on your author journey. Thanking your angels, thanking all of your fellow authors, and saying goodbye now, and making your way back to where you first began this meditation, where you first entered this library, and moving back into your body, back into that beautiful purple swirling, twirling light in your third eye, moving back down into your body, back into your hands and into your feet, fully grounded here and now, today. Open your eyes, move your body, do whatever you need to do, stretch, and fully bring yourself back into the space. Oh, that was gorgeous. Now, that was completely unplanned. I had no idea that we were going to do that or that we were going to go to a library. So it seems pretty obvious now afterwards, but it definitely wasn't anything I had planned. And I'd love to hear what word you got or what messages you got. The word I got or the message I got was, it was an interesting, I saw a video, I saw a horse and cart, and it was just, it was a reminder that my story or who I am is not just this era, it's generational and it's past lives, and there's so much more than just me, this physical Aisling here, and my current life experience that I'm bringing to the table, and that there's a lot more that I can tap into. That was sort of the reminder with that horse and carriage. It was like olden times. And the word that came through for me was consistent, just consistent. So that's going to be part of my commitment. When I step into, especially, I'm going to make space this week and then step into next week, is consistent. And I'm going to use that in completing my own book and in completing my chapter with you. So consistent is my word. So I would love to hear if anyone wants to come and share how that experience was. If you want to unmute yourself and and pop on for a minute, that would be brilliant. I'd love to hear that. If you met your angel for the first time and what was their name, I would always love to hear that. So my word was, let me just see, my word was magic. And just to say that we're right on the hour, so if anyone needs to go, feel free to go, absolutely no problems. Go if you need to. Watch the meditation after, that's brilliant. Thank you, I was told to release. Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, release, beautiful. My word was magic, to go into my inner sanctum and work my magic. Love it. Beautiful. The word I got was connection. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous words. I heard Wayne Dyer's message, don't die with your music still inside you. Oh my God. That's really powerful. Yeah. Right from the heart, and you are not alone, Flo says. Love that. And Jenny says, my word was trust. Such a beautiful meditation. Sharon is going, that's okay. Thank you for being here, my darling. See you in the Facebook group. Follow the trail, Aisling was given. Oh my God, I love that. That's fucking a brilliant name for a book, isn't it? Follow the trail. Oh my God, I can see a book, and I can see the cover. I can see a beautiful grassy pathway. I wonder what the tagline would be about. Love it. Fabulous meditation. My triumvirate of guides. Oh, love it. Drew close. I don't know if I said that properly. And Jofia was watching over the process. Okay, so you have a bit of decluttering and clearing out to do, my darling. If Jofia was there, go and do that meditation this week. So love all of that. So I'm here. Yes? Who's that? Elizabeth?
Yeah, it's just easier to share in voice. So I got there was a combination angel of I've never met them in that way, in Sananda and Sophia, and so looking in the book, I was drawn into a pitch dark place, which was very interesting, and was called to say, yeah, well, just take out all the forgotten feminine darkness that's actually here, to write something to bring that up. And so the message was become inspire fearlessness and do it with grace, which was really wonderful, actually. And I was reminded that in my high school time, I went into I skipped school to be in the Royal Library most of the time. And because I thought that there was something that didn't sound true to what the teachers were saying. And I was just picking up my own books, giving my own sense of what I believed that I had to learn.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh yeah, that's that same vibe of library. So thank you for reminding.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And I just pulled the card as you were speaking. It's the same color as your cardigan or your jumper. Similar colors. And it's Archangel Raphael. Your words have the power to heal. So, and this card is based on, it's the final card, number 44 in the deck. And it's based on Maya Angelou. She was the inspiration for the angel, for the image in this card. And the deck that I have ends with her words of, and then I rise. So, and I use the word rise with divine feminine, and the work that I did in the last few years. So I'm being sort of called to say to you, maybe play with some poetry as well in the next while, or writing that could be transferred to your work as an artist, as a musician. To maybe those poems could become words of songs, or how much I love your mother healing piece that you did recently, and I love just the voice. But I'm just I wonder what's going to come from these 8 weeks together. Okay, love it. Thank you so much, my darling. Thanks for sharing. Is anyone else would like to share? Flo says Angel and Raphael were with me. Love it. Jenny, you're welcome, my darling. If you have to go, that's okay. Welcome to the next chapter. Anyone else would like to share? Feel free to. It might be nice to just put your voice in the room if you want to. I'd love to hear your voice. Just giving you the space. Okay, I think we're good. So what I want you to do just before we go is pop in the chat just one word about how you're feeling now. It might be the same word that you had at the beginning, or it might have changed and shifted. I just want to do a little check-in and just see where we are now. This has been very special. Oh, thank you. So connected, love that. So there's calm and inspired, love it. I can feel the shift in our energy collectively. I feel more confident. Okay, inspired, love it, beautiful. I'm just trying to tune into myself and see how I feel. God, I feel relieved. Because this is so new. I always feel nervous before any new group that I'm stepping into, you know, some new faces. It's always great to see some faces that I know, but anything new I step into, there's always a little bit of nerves. So I was thinking about that in the call, going, oh shit, you know, and there's always that fraud syndrome that steps in and is like, what the fuck are you doing? Why did you agree to do this? What were you thinking? Until I do the first call and everything calms down then. So I feel relieved and delighted and excited still. Keep losing the feed. Okay, I don't know why that keeps going in and out. So we will try and so glad to be here, nurtured, aligned and open. Okay, so I think that is a wonderful note to leave us on today. Thank you so much for being here, my darlings. I'll be here live on Zoom every other week in the group. I'll be in the Facebook group supporting you. Enjoy this week, get to know each other, and let's create the little author hubs to support you for anyone that needs that. And anything that you need, reach out to me in any time during the week. This is, as I said, a work in progress. I'm figuring out as I go along. So let's do it together and help and support me to do that. Thank you so much. Loads of love. And I will talk to you again very, very soon. Mind yourselves. Have a great week. Bye-bye.